boys and girls. I go by the name of Caution Mr. 700. I'm here with my brother Bryson Boom Paul.
New setup, same vibe. Bro.
Same shit, bro. Same shit.
Same vibe. Let's get it.
Check the motion, check the manuscript. How you been, my brother?
Great. I've been, blessed and highly favored.
Nigga say I've
busy,
been.
Staying out the way.
That's all it is. That's all it is. As long as you maintain it.
Yep. That's all you can be. You can be out here.
Yeah, bro. It get to a point to where if you're doing too much, it'll catch up with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prime believer in understanding and such. But no, man, I think it's pretty dope to kind of still be able to do the same shit regardless of where you at. And I had a long run of where I was. And it was just time for a change, bro. Like, it was time for a change financially. Your overhead sometimes be a little bit more than what you taking in, and so the cost of doing business sometimes is a lot, man. But I appreciate all the people that came through the last spot, and everybody that we gonna work with going forward, and anything new that we got going on. So it's all good. So what we got on the docket today, man?
Man, let's jump right into it. I guess. The first topic we was talking about was what we was talking about beforehand. So I guess the first topic would be, man, what do you do or how do you approach when you feel like you are failing in your marriage? Or, not even just in your marriage, failing with your significant other, regardless. Just, hey, we going all the way off the deep end dramatic, like, oh, we gonna break up type. Just going through a funk with your, you and your significant other. How do you handle that, and how do you overcome that, I guess? You being married longer than I have, so. Right.
I think it's a matter of, like, figuring out what the problem is, right? Because in order for it to fail, that means that where you expected success at, you're seeing the decline, or you're seeing that things aren't going the way that you expected them to. And I think a lot of times failure is based on expectation, right? So, like, maybe my expectations were a little bit higher for this situation than it needed to be, and maybe I need to scale back on my own. I think a lot of it is accountability, though. You know what I'm saying? I think if we're all being honest, I think it takes two people to make a marriage work. And if it's failing, then we both, you know what I'm saying? We both have to look in the mirror and say, okay, I may not like the way that person talked to me. I may not like the way that person deals with me when it comes to certain things. But then I also have to check my approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, how am I presenting things? How am I coming off? Because I know for me, and this is in my own situation, there's times where I come off abrasive. Like, so I'll be saying some shit that I think in my mind is mild-mannered, mild-hearted, nobody's being harmed by it. Yeah. But my wife may take it as like, nigga, why are you talking to me like that? You know what I'm saying? And so I could just be like, you know what?
You want to die?
Yeah, I could just be like, you know what? Fuck how you feel. It don't matter. I know I'm not tripping. But at the same time, I got to be like, okay, maybe how I'm approaching it is she's not receiving it. And now I'm losing because I want it to be understood, and I'm losing that way. So I think it's a two-way street, bro. I think it takes two people for some shit to work though.
Well, what if they doing great in the marriage and you not doing great in the marriage, or vice versa?
Then I think that's a personal thing that needs to be kind of figured it out, because I guess it's hard to, like, if you struggling in your marriage, right, then I think it's a matter of like, do you feel like your partner is equal in all the things that you all need to make it successful, right? So if I feel like I'm doing more than my partner is, and I feel like we're not equally yoked, then that's a conversation to have. But it can't just be like, there has to be some kind of communication to it too, though.
I mean, being that, I'm almost at a year, so I'm barely still figuring this out, still maneuvering through this. So,
it's a never ending thing though, and I think that's the thing about marriage that I think a lot of people don't realize, is that it's not like there's no end game. Right. The shit is gonna constantly evolve. Especially depending on when you got married, right? So if you got married early, then you got a different, you know what I'm saying? You got a different set of hurdles to overcome, as opposed to like you getting married later. But then get married later, you still got another set of hurdles to overcome. So if I got married in my 20s, then it's like, damn, did I get married too early? Then if I'm married in my 30s, it's like, well, I'm where I want to be right now is my partner. And that's for a lot of women towards men, because a lot of women in their 30s, they got their shit together. You get with a nigga that's going to bring your value down because he don't bring nothing to the table. And sometimes it can be vice versa too, right? But I just think it's a matter of like them things kind of coming together.
I mean, for people that's still, barely going through this, barely got married, or barely, in the first couple years or whatnot. I would say for me, just going through it now, I mean, at times I have felt like that before, like at any given time, but it's not like I'm sitting there dwelling on it like, oh man, like I'm really failing at this and dragging it on. I'll be like, all right, let me figure out what's going on. Maybe it's just a bum week. Maybe it's just like,
right. And there could be other factors,
you know. And then a lot of times I'll sit there and just, you know, reflect with myself or talk to myself, and then, you know, eventually figure out what I need to do in that situation or in those times, in those periods. Or, you know, if you talk to somebody else who is also married or whatever, going through it,
you gotta get an understanding.
Get another perspective.
I mean, that's one of the things that I have to do a lot, because I have this ideology that everybody thinks like me when it comes to like those kind of things, right?
Hey.
So I'm always thinking like, damn, everybody else got to be going through this because I'm going through it. But it's like, nah, these are individual hurdles that we got to overcome, and it's about the other person being patient with you too, because you didn't marry a finished product. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't marry somebody who had it all together. Unfortunately,
right.
I may have had it together to a certain extent, but that's why they put all that shit in them vows, or the shit they say, for better or worse, the death do you part, through sickness and in health. All of that shit comes with it, right? And so that's why I see when people, like, when you talk about struggles, there's people who have like struggles with health, finances, you know, emotional stability, you know, all that kind of shit. And so when you married them, did you not know? Were you not aware of it? And I get it.
I mean, stuff happens, you know.
Right.
It pops up. Different things pop up at different times and whatnot. I mean, but it's like those things that mount. Like, one thing happens, another thing happens, and another thing happens, and then you start to be like, man, am I really like failing at this? And like, what am I doing wrong that's making me fail at this and whatnot? And it's not even like the biggest thing in the world. It's like little stuff that you be. So I mean, as long now that I'm almost reaching a year, I think now I'll just be like, all right, man, I just gotta tackle the little stuff one by one at a time until I gotta just tackle it one by one until you got them all. But that's
so let me ask you this: since you are in it for a year, a year's report, you know, because we talked about this before you got married. We talked about like kind of going into it, what your thought process was, how you was feeling about it. Where do you say what's the status update now? If you could describe where y'all at, where you're at in your marriage right now? Not knowing no personal shit, you ain't gotta tell me what y'all going through.
See, but that's the thing too. I mean, people don't want to. I mean, you don't want to be able to like just be free with yourself.
Yeah.
So you just, people don't want people in their business, but then when you're trying to figure stuff out, you need that other perspective, but you don't want to tell people what you got really going on.
Yeah, because people feel like their struggles are independent to them. Like, nigga, everybody went through this. And it may not be the same thing. It may not be the same instance. It may not be like, oh, you dealt with the same problems specifically, but there are people who can tell you, hey, bro, when I was going through this, the main thing that helped me was X, Y, and Z. Or like, I was going through this and the main thing that I had to do was this. I take a lot of information and I kind of, keep it to where like, apply it to where it fits. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably my biggest thing about where I'm at in marriage now is like, I'm at the point, I feel like the point of no return. And I don't say that as a bad thing. I just feel like I've made it to this point.
Right.
I don't foresee anything after this that's gonna be too hard for me to get through with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, if you start hitting those walls to the point where like y'all can't break through, then it's like, like why can't we get over this? Why is this something that's like trapping us here? Like, why are we stuck at this point? And then that's something you got to really think about. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's not just, we'll get past this. Now it's like, no, we arguing and fighting over the same shit every single time. Like, we are fighting over the same shit consistently. You know what I'm saying? But no, I do think that that's a big deal though, bro. Communicate with your people. Communicate with your partner. Communicate with those that have like-minded thoughts and things that they go through, so you can kind of figure it out.
Communicate when you're ready. Not, hey, I gotta whatever I'm thinking about, just fly off the handle and start talking about. Just wait. When you get your thoughts together, it's okay to take a day, 10 minutes, an hour, however long it's gonna take you, to gather your thoughts. Yeah. Man, just take that time before you go and talk to your spouse or your significant other before, because you can sometimes just be like thinking the first thing that come to mind, go in there and say it, and you be like, yo, I should have really rethought about this, boy.
You gotta be cautious with your words. You gotta kind of be like, because you can't just. And I know a lot of people like, if I feel it, I'm gonna
Right.
say it.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You know, you're not gonna hold no punches. You say whatever you feel. I get it. I get it. I'm not. If that's your approach to how you go about things,
Right.
then so be it. Right. But there's another aspect to where I have to take this person into consideration. I have to kind of keep them in mind too. It's not just me. It's not just you gonna do this shit and it's not gonna affect nobody. No, it's gonna affect the other person. Every single thing you do. And if you're not ready for that, then this shit was not for you at all. Like, I mean, if you go to the store, nigga, like, where are you at? Like, if you're not ready to answer the small questions about shit like that and like really have a person into you, don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, so like I said, with them, what if your spouse is doing great in your marriage and you obviously are failing or poorly in your marriage? What do you do not to make sure that obviously their greatness doesn't drag you to continue to be poor at what you do, or let it mess with you to be like, okay, you doing one thing after another that just builds up to be
it's a certain level of accountability you gotta have though. Like, I think if you know where your shortcomings are and you're not doing nothing to fix them, then that's on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if it's that person's obligation to tell you where they see those shortcomings as well. And so I think a lot of people take that shit as like, they get on the defensive. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, you do this. You know what I'm saying? It becomes like a tit for tat type of thing. And now we arguing over semantics. You know what I'm saying? Like, this supposed to be something that we both kind of meet in the middle on, and like we handle issues like that. But like, if you see the other person is willing to do the work, and that's the thing, like, are you willing to do the work? Because it's gonna be work constantly, or you just gonna be out here running away from what it is each time. Like, you can't abandon every situation because it don't go your way.
Facts.
And so once you get to that point, bro, like, somebody tell you, hey, I think you need to be better with handling your finances. I think you need to be a better father. Or I don't feel loved. I don't feel like, you love me the way that you should.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You start getting that shit, and if you don't really do anything to do the work to fix that shit, bro, I don't think really you should be in it.
Man.
It's a tough thing. Is when people say commitment, they think that shit is all about like not cheating and staying faithful.
Right.
Being committed to the relationship.
That's the easy part.
Nah, man, your commitment goes a long way. Your commitment goes into everything that you do, from your discipline all the way down to how responsible you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit. Like,
Facts.
Are you committed to this shit? Like, every aspect of it, bro. Like, are you committed to this shit? Like, or are you just going through the motions because you like being with me? Which is,
right.
It's one of them things too. So,
oh man. All right. Well, so we got that out the way, man. The next question, man, was what we was talking about as far as, man, I guess we could call them the good old days. Okay. I don't know if you want to call them just the good old days or when you was younger. Or, it's depending on what age they watching this, man. But we was talking about, missing that time of being a teenager or being a young adult and we had back then, we had nightclubs. We was going out all the time. We was hanging out with literally that was your priority in life, was going to the nightclubs, going to hanging out with your friends, going on the adventures. I'm calling them adventures because that's, everybody got a story, it'd be wild. So
facts.
And so, but I'm saying now that you are older, do you ever sit there and rethink about or want to relive those times?
Yeah, I think it's a natural thing to where like you want to kind of be in that moment again, because you understand like it was, maybe it was some of the best times with those individuals. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never gonna get those moments back. You know what I'm saying? And when you think back on how reckless shit was or how crazy nights used to get and like, shit like that, I think you kind of get caught up in that. Like you miss it. It's a part of you that's there.
Yeah, could you imagine yourself coming home at 6 a.m.?
Man, hell no. Hell no. Like, I just think about all that shit, bro. Like, I think about all the times being out, like just doing clubbing, whether it was either that or maybe we run in a 2-man situation and we out on some reckless shit, or just being young and willing to explore more than I am now. Because I feel like you feel like sometimes you feel like you explored too much, and so now I'm at, it's like I don't want to see what's at the end of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. I don't want to go down that street. But when you're younger, you willing to do whatever. So you go places you probably know you shouldn't be at.
Yeah.
Fuck with people you probably shouldn't fuck with. But it's just that living on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like that freedom to do so without any consequences. Like I got kids now, so like I definitely have to be more measured in everything that I do.
Yeah.
But back then with no kids, not married, you know what I'm saying, young, not afraid of jail. You know what I'm saying? Like that me, like I do miss it in a sense. And like if I could have that, maybe if you can have that time again for like a day, you know what I'm saying? Be that you know what I'm saying? But like I'd eventually want to get back to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, as far as from my perspective, I mean, I think about it, and then but it's crazy because the more that I'll think about it, I don't miss it though. I'll be like, it was a time that we had, but it's like now I'm older. I think about all the stuff that was dumb or went wrong or something really bad could have happened. Facts. Or something. Facts. It could have went a whole nother way or something like that. So, and then a lot of times, man, you think about all that stuff we was doing when we were younger. The people that you were doing it with, you don't even be around no more.
That's the other thing though, because like you realize that like once you older, you also kind of have gone through things and get to a point where you know people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know what to expect from niggas. You know what to expect from people. And so I think that's the other thing, like, because you'd have to kind of go back to them times with people who you don't really rock with no more.
Man, are the ones that never change. Mm-hmm. They still trying to do the same stuff. Yeah. 30 years later, they still trying to do the same stuff. Man, that's another reason why I be like I love to think about those times, but it's like if I had a choice if I wanted to relive them, I most likely I wouldn't.
Nah, because you couldn't now. You can't. You definitely couldn't live that way now because of.
Man, I wish I would. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm already.
What am I even doing?
At 2, I'm already like. At 1.
It used to be so crazy. Like all the homies, like I swear to you, like my roommate and all my homies, like at least 4 or 5 of the homies, we all lived in the same area, but these niggas all worked at the same type of place, and they all had these hours, bro, where they would work like from the night to the morning. So they would like go to work at like 9, don't get off till 4 and 5 in the morning, or if they go whatever time they would go, but they would get off early as shit. And I didn't have a job at the time, so I would just kind of be thugging throughout the day, and then like I'd be up when them niggas get off, because they get off and want to smoke and chill, and like even just thinking about the shit niggas used to do back then, and it just be like just being up and being like active and doing shit like hell, I couldn't do that now. Like nigga in the morning, like I'm up with you niggas from 2 in the morning to whatever time. Hell nah, like I'm good on that. Like, but
another thing is I like how much I've changed as a person. The person I was back then. I was, man, thinking about it now, you was like, yo, you were so naive and so dumb back then.
Everything.
But you had a blast. Trust me, if I had to go back and tell myself anything, I wouldn't tell myself nothing. I'd be like, you got to go through it, but you going to have a blast while you're going through it.
Yeah, facts.
Trust me.
Facts, yeah.
So,
because definitely to relive the times, mean you got to take the good with the bad. Yeah. And so, the lessons that I had to learn, I'm thankful that I don't have to go through them anymore, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go back through a lot of that shit that I went through in my 20s and shit like that. Like, nigga, what was you doing? Like, especially like 20 to 26, 27. No. Just the mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like the mindset of myself.
Man, even the music that we was listening to back then, I can't believe I was into this.
bro, for real.
Man.
But yeah, I guess it comes with growth in time. I think for what it's worth, the memories in itself is dope, but like to relive it, now to think about it in perspective, I probably wouldn't want to.
How often do you sit there and think about stuff, even when you with your wife? How often do you think about stuff from back in the day and just start busting up laughing and she looking at you like you crazy?
All the time. And she'll even be like, what you laughing at? And I'll be like, man, think about that dumbass shit that happened. Like, just because it's so many instances. And it's like, you know, and as men, especially young men, like, you do a bunch of dumb shit. Like, you just do a bunch of dumb shit. Like, and I even see it with a son now. Like, it's like even him growing up compared to his sisters when they was his age, he just really lets his intrusive thoughts take over. And I'm like, damn, that's some boy shit. Because we don't think, we just do. Like, we just do from a young age. It doesn't, that shit don't come as adults. Like, niggas don't get the way that we are as adults. We kind of grow into some other shit. But me having a son taught me, like, oh, this shit comes from the time we get here. Like, bro is like us right now. Like, same things that we go through as niggas, he's getting there as a young man, and it's crazy to see it. You can't even really do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, it definitely dope times. Like, and you got to credit them times to where you are today. So, you know, facts.
You definitely, and like I said, you like being the person that you is today versus who you were yesterday.
Yeah, you end up like, nah, it's like what he say, you in your second childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want to be that nigga no more. But I just some of the times, but even now that I think about them, a lot of the times was like, I probably wouldn't have fun right now doing that same shit.
What you mean?
Like, if I was doing the same thing I was doing back then, like right now, a lot of the shit that I really was enjoying, I wouldn't enjoy it right now. If you put me in the same scenario, if you said right now you can go do whatever it is you want to do, right? You can go to a club, you can stay out as late as you want to.
I want to go home.
I want to go home, bro. Like, is this like a promotional thing? Like, is there some business that can be had here? Am I working out an interview? Am I getting some footage of a show, a concert? I know I'm just at a club. It's just me and the homies at a club with some other niggas, and we all in here just trying to find and give girls phone numbers.
Trying to have fun, man. Trying to live the life.
This is what we doing for the night?
Yep.
Oh,
that's
man. Trying to smoke weed and they fucking with me the whole night? Like, they not let me smoke my blunt?
That's what we on.
Nah, man. Now that I think about it, it took a lot. Because now that shit got me kind of bougie when I be places. I be like, man, I'm oh, y'all tripping off of that? Oh, I can't wear this. Oh, I'm just gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go in. I'm not supporting no establishment that's not meeting me where I'm at today. So if I was my old self, you know, it'd be different. But yeah, grown me is different. It's a different nigga. Different nigga.
The new and improved. I like.
Shout to growth. You know what I'm saying? Shout to growth.
Man, he said the gray hairs, they came here with some wisdom.
Man, they better have. They came in strong. So shit, they come for something. I ain't been asked for an ID in so damn long. You know what I'm saying? They don't even bother. Like, you got it, sir. You got it. If I ain't keep a haircut, like, I look like one of them old 40-year-old niggas like that. You know, you could just tell that nigga's late 40s, bro, creeping into his 50s. I ain't even 40 yet. What the fuck? Nah, man. That's a different thing too, though, bro, about like getting older and realizing who you are. And I'm gonna be transparent with you, like, as a rapper, right? Like, as a rapper. And I feel like, you know, I'm not to toot my own horn, but like, there's a lot of opportunities that come across my doorstep that don't come to the average rapper, and I'm grateful for it. It's a blessing, but I put in a lot of work to get to this point to where, like, I can do the things that I want to do, and not have to go through the same channels as other niggas. You know what I'm saying? But as I've gotten older, bro, especially right now, I feel like I'm in a transitional phase with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta just get it done. You know how sometimes like artists work on shit for like 6 to 7 months, working on the project forever.
Yep. I mean, some of them it should be that's good for them. Some of them should.
Exactly. But I'm at a point now to where, like, I don't know what the time limit is no more. I've been working on shit for so long, bro.
Right.
And I just had to tell myself the other day, like, nigga, do you even still want to do this? Like do you even, like, there'll be shows and shit that we work
in the mirror moment.
That, like, and shout out to my brother Robski. Every show that we put on, it don't matter whose show it is. It could be J Electronica, it could be Currency, it could be whoever. He always asks me, what you want to do? And he'd be like, you want to do the media shit, or you want to perform, you want to host it? And I just be like, all right, I'll let you know. And I just kind of pick whatever. But I honestly feel like as I've gotten older, bro, like, that same fire that I used to have, it's not the same anymore. Because, for one, you get older and like you do shit for a certain period of time. You know nothing good lasts forever.
Yeah.
But also I ask a lot of people this on like the podcast and shit, like artists especially, do you still have that desire to be like a superstar? And a lot of people be like, well, it's about the money, and I'm like, no. I'm talking about that thing that we all chased, that we wanted, that we seen other niggas have.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That unattainable goal that only comes to a certain percentage of people. Do you still want that? Because at a certain time, you know what's there. You know what the industry is. You know what the expectation is. You know what the requirements are. You know what the positives are, and you know what the negatives are, because we've seen it. We've seen it in every aspect, right? I can't honestly say, being older, bro, at this phase of my life, with everything I know about the music industry, with everything that I see, I can't honestly sit here and say to you that's something that I aspire to be a part of at this age of my life. Just think about it, bro. Yeah. Do I want to get on and sign a record deal right now because I'm gonna have to get in and do what?
I mean, it depends.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but it depends, but it's still the same thing,
right?
If it's my first deal, it's my first deal.
It's rappers getting on at 50 right now.
Agreed.
Getting on.
Agreed. And that's the other side of it, right? So that's the other part of it. And I guess that's what brings me to that, because now we at a phase to where I feel like it might be a little more acceptable than it would have been in the past. I think there was kind of a bit of a stigma against an artist being a certain age and still doing shit, right? But like, if you look at certain artists that's doing music now, the West Side Guns and niggas like that, them niggas not young.
No.
He's not like niggas in their 20s.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so if you really like trying to position yourself to do something, but that's one thing that I do struggle with, bro. Like, is this something that I want to continue to do, or do I want to take what I've gotten from it and translate it into something else and really focus on that? It's a tough balance, bro. And I say that, and this is for anybody watching it that kind of goes through the same thing. You get a few grays in that beard, still showing up to the same events, doing the same shit. Still talking to the same people, doing the same things, not properly promoting yourself, no branding, no marketing, no PR, none of that. No booking agent, none of that. And so you just out here doing what? Like, what are you actually trying to get out of this shit? Like, and so I don't know. That's something I've thought about here recently a lot, because every time something comes up, and like I say, my brother always looks out like, hey, what you want to do? If it's something like that, he's always with it. Shout out to all the producers that still send me beats and shit like that I'm still working on. That ask me, are we gonna finish the projects? It's just one of them things. It's just like, and I told somebody this the other day, I feel like when my mother passed last year, my mother passed May of last year, and I think that's like, I'm not a year into that yet. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe that's a part of it. But that's just a question I'd like to pose to any artist that's kind of a little later in their years, and like, you still out here actively pushing it. Like, what are you really in it for, and what are you looking to see out of it? Is it a financial thing, or is it are you really trying to get famous? Do you want to be big, a big star? You know what I'm saying? That's a question I like for people to answer. Like, and not just for some podcast fodder, but just for, help a nigga out. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong if I don't want to do something, but I still want to do it? Like, where do you even go with that? Because I still have this urge, and I'll always be connected to like hip hop forever. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I'll always be that. But like, I just feel like the rapping aspect of it, like, that shit gets to a point where you like, man, what am I doing? Especially if you're a certain kind of rapper too. Yeah. And I think a lot of niggas struggle with that, because we so used to like rap being what we thought it was and what we wanted it to be. And it may be different nowadays. It is different nowadays. Yeah. And so those requirements that niggas used to have are the reasons why we see niggas that we used to be like fans of struggle to do anything now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the reason why 50 Cent won't put out like a serious song talking shit about T.I. or these niggas. He's not gonna do it because he and just to bring that up, I hate to date our episodes too, but I think that's a prime example, because people are looking for 50 Cent to get into a rap battle with T.I. in 2026. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Let's be honest. I don't want to hear T.I. and his family rapping songs about 50 Cent. I don't want to hear that. Well, and I feel like people just bought into that shit. And I see people like, oh, 50 can't fuck with them. I'm like, man, do y'all niggas not understand who we're talking about? Right. I just feel like 50 is at a point where he like, man, I was putting out music 7, 8, 9 years ago.
It's not that. He's way more meticulous now when it comes to beef. Like, He knows how to handle beefs now and whatnot. That's why he doing what he doing, and it's irking artists the way his rivals the way it's irking him. So,
and I do feel like he has a sense of like, I did this with you already.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I invented this.
But I did it with T.I. He talked about T.I. on a record a long time ago, and the shit about the guns and how he got out. That he did that with you already. And so it's like, why in 2026? And I feel like even with Tip got the record with Pharrell that did well. It's still doing well in radio.
Yeah.
So you didn't need to do this to get your music moving. You was gonna do well with that song anyway. It's just it was like throwback Tip. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody nigga cut his hair. His cadence is back to the same. He really sounded like himself. That's the one thing I will give to him as well. Is Tip still very much sounds like himself rapping. He don't sound like an old version of himself. Like when I hear 50 Cent rap, that shit he did with Max B, sound like he got old a little bit. I don't know why him or Max B couldn't really be on beat. I don't understand that either.
It was an old Max verse though. It was an old Max verse.
Yeah. Now what I did like was the power theme that they did over. Yeah. I did like that because I feel like if you are gonna get music for 50, that's what it's gonna sound like.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he's doing that shit, man, people get real disrespectful when it comes to 50, and I don't understand why. But that nigga 50 Cent has put together a lot of classic material. Call it what you may. But the impact of it, I'm sorry. And I'm a Tip fan too, though. I'm a fan of Tip.
It's okay to be a fan of both.
I'm a fan of Tip too. I just don't understand why people want to see that battle in 2026. I don't. A versus would be interesting. A versus would be worth watching if they was gonna really do it. But 50 ain't gonna do that shit.
Nah.
Because 50 sees himself in the Jay-Z category. He puts himself up there because of what he did album sale wise. So he sees himself as like Jay-Z's contemporary. He don't see himself with the rest of these niggas. So if you look at how he talks about niggas, he talks about niggas like they beneath him. He's always done that, bro. Like he's always done that. And so I feel like niggas should just ignore the nigga when he be online trolling and shit. Because what you do when you feed into him is that's what keeps his light lit. Like that kind of shit. To be able to go back and forth with you and talk crazy to you online and know that y'all ain't never gonna see each other and nothing's ever gonna happen because both of y'all too fucking rich to do it. To do anything about it. Y'all so rich that if y'all came across each other, your bodyguards are gonna get into it. Y'all not even gonna touch each other.
Gonna touch each other.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's not even worth it at the end of the day.
Right.
It really isn't worth wasting any time on, but it's entertaining on the 50 Cent side because all he's gonna do is troll online. So now and I think the shit. One thing I do wish rappers would stop doing is bringing like women into these men's battles because it's always bringing women into these men's situations that don't have nothing to do with it. So like discussing a man's wife or a man's mother or his kids, all that shit is trash. I mean, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about in the battle.
Right.
I'm not one of them niggas that have the rules.
Right.
I'm not that nigga. Like if it's a rap battle, we've seen them.
He said the rule is there are no rules.
Go to YouTube and type in URL Smack TV. Go type in any of the Smack battles, any of that shit. Like that's what battle rap is. Like you go to them extremes. But I do feel like if it's just me and you going back and forth, like why I'm gonna throw Tiny in it? Like what she got to do with it? Like why are we doing that? You know what I'm saying? And so like I never agree with that. But I guess all is fair when you doing shit like this though. But
you're right.
Yeah, man, that shit is been on my mind since I seen it. I know it's kind of faded, so it ain't something that's even still.
It can spark back up at any time.
Oh man, now that nigga's focus is Clarissa Shields. I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. Like he don't have nothing else to do. Like in his spare time, this is what he does. It's like, I get a break from. Because what I always see at 50 Cent too is like if you look at his page, the nigga's always going somewhere doing shows and like he's active as fuck. Which I didn't really know. I thought he was just definitely tied into the TV and movie shit. But when you look at his Instagram page, like
he's still
that nigga's still out here doing shows, like big ass shows. I'm just
Miami,
like,
everything. He out there.
Yeah, bro. A lot of them niggas is though. Like the Wu-Tang shows still be big as shit.
Yep.
Ice Cube shows still be pretty big. Yeah. Depending on the region though.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just one of them things where people still
be
appreciate.
Having El Segundo on lock. Man, so
what else do we have, bro? What else was it?
Oh no, we got the They Not Like Us.
Oh yeah. What was it again? Give it to me.
So look, being that a lot of people are transplanting from California to Texas now, and it's becoming more of a discussion on social media about the prices compared
inflation?
I don't even know if it's just the price change now. A lot of people that are from Texas, they complain that y'all came here and raised the prices on everything. Now everything is similar to California and whatnot. So, and being that we've been on both sides now. Right. What would you think? What did you say to as far as
blame the right fucking person? It's Donald Trump's fault. It's not mine. The fuck? Don't blame me because I came out here.
Because I'm from Cali.
No, the cost of living was low. I came here. I got a nice place.
Right.
I heard the other day that Texas has like the lowest unemployment, one of the lowest unemployment rates in the nation. So it's everybody. The majority of the people here that's able to work are working. But you got to blame the culprit behind that. Donald Trump is the reason for inflation right now.
But everything the people that are working in Texas aren't getting paid like people getting paid in California with the same.
That's because that's the cost of living there, of course. So the wages here are going to be different based on
But the cost of living is quickly becoming like it was in California.
That is the truth, though. Now, if we being honest, like my $680 2-bedroom apartment that I paid for in 2011 is probably like $2,500. Facts though, $2,500. I ain't gonna lie, especially considering the area. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm not gonna act like I don't see that and know that it's because. And they always say it's market value, so it's not just one particular place they're doing it because everybody else is doing it.
They're saying that people will see those prices or see the prices from here, from Cali, and be like, oh well, I'm ready to make a move. I'm ready for some change, and I can work the job or find a similar job that I have and go there and live lavish, pretty much. I guess.
One thing I will say, and this is just for those people, it's a selfish mindset because for one, if you look at Texas, there's so much unclaimed land out here. Mm-hmm. There's still parts of this motherfucker you can drive to where there's nothing. So you can't blame somebody for going to build where it's nothing and then charging people to live there if people choose to do so. But that's what people also make the mistake of. Now, if you want to talk about in Dallas, is it convoluted? Yes. In the Metroplex, very much so. To the point where if it gets to be 5:30 in this very neighborhood that we in, at certain points, there's traffic on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's that bad. But I will say that people tried to run to those rural areas where they tried to build at.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
And it wasn't what it was cracked up to be because you're used to living in the city. And so people come back to here and it's you work here. So it's like, I want to be closer to where I work at if I work in the city, if it's possible. I don't want to drive an hour to get to and from work every day.
But people from Cali would be like, oh, that's cool. I can do that. Because they used to that. Or they used to having jobs where they work out of town and they got to drive every day for like 2 hours or drive to LA, drive back. It's a culture shock though. Yeah, it's
a culture shock coming from there to here. I don't care how you dress it up.
Right.
You can call it what you want.
You be amazed by everything.
Yeah.
When you show up, you be like, yo, even good or bad, you be amazed. You be amazed by
the things that you. But I will say, the difference is, you have the ability for stability in a place like Texas as opposed to California if you are a everyday working 9-to-5 type of person. You're probably more likely to find a job here than you are there based on whatever your skill set is. I can tell you that by experience. But also, if you have a certain way of living, and people that live, I was talking about to one of my family members about this the other day, the difference between living in the city and living in the country is, not even the country, but the suburbs or a rural area. If you just get accustomed to one, it's hard to adjust to the other. It's super hard, because you still have that expectation to fast every day, and you got to live at a certain pace here. Hell, you can't even get nowhere that's not 30 minutes away from you here. Everywhere I want to go, if I say, I want to go get some weed, or I got to go to, everything is 30 minutes away from me. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one of them things as well, to where you just damn, if I ain't got a car, I can't make it. In California, if I didn't have a car, I'd get on the bus, get on the train.
You can still do that here, but
certain cities don't even have. There's no public transportation in the city that we in right now. There's multiple cities like that. So if they make it to where you have to be working to survive. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be. If you're anywhere in between, then something's lacking. You don't have your own place, you don't have your own car, or you depending on somebody else to live, you don't have a job. it's so many variables to that shit, bro. Like,
I think it's the fact that a lot of people that come here from California or go from Texas to California, it's the unknown that makes them work even harder, or unknown that makes them want to like really enjoy it to the fullest on the new location that they at versus where they coming from, because obviously they used to it. But
but if you do it the right way though, if you scope out the landscape, find yourself some viable employment, get you a place to live that's comfortable for you, and you're able to afford it and not struggling. Because I think that's the biggest thing for those coming from Texas going to California, is that what you pay for to live somewhere like we at right now, you may not be able to get that same place in the same type of neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And that reality within itself, depending on where you're going, is what's going to have you working harder. Like
you said, but they be getting mad, or people be getting mad. They be like, yo, y'all raise the prices on everything from food to living to everything. People come from California, they know when they going out to eat or they going anywhere that has to do with getting food, they are cool with the price because they know it's already gonna be high, and then they get here and they be like, wait, I can get this much for that? All right, bet, give me 2 of those. And people coming in doing that, like now it's raising the price for the people that's been here from the beginning, and they like, yo, I remember when y'all used to have it where you could get this for this and this and this, and now y'all raised it to like it's living in California.
That's true.
You don't like it, don't eat it. Go somewhere else. People from California paying for it or something, or people coming here, they ain't got no problem paying
but
for it.
Texas has so many transplants. Like, I've met niggas from everywhere. Like, just within my own friend group, it's niggas from me being from California, a nigga from Memphis, a nigga from Chicago. It's just like, it's so many transplants here. But I guess that's everywhere you go now. I think the thing about the United States is it's not as big and as vast as you may think. Like, shit, I just found out I got brothers and sisters in multiple states. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you realize that, and shit comes about in life, and you're like, damn, maybe I could go here and live. If I could find a job like this there, I could live a little bit more within my means. You know what I'm saying? So
within my comfort.
And so many people that I know like that. So I guess it's just based on what works for you and all. But I get what people saying. If at first something is a certain way, and 20 years later it's different and it's more populated, but that's just a natural progression of life and everywhere that we are. Like, people are going to migrate places. People are going to go places where they feel like they can have an opportunity. If you don't like it, you just need to move somewhere else. Go.
Why do you think that people from Cali come here and then move back?
The transition ain't easy. I tried to do it myself, like within the first 2 years I was here, and I realized it wasn't the best idea. It's just a tough transition to make, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's so different. It's so different, bro. Like, and you know it. You back and forth all the fucking time. It's so different. It's like you live a different life when you there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a different person. You have to be. Like, I know Texas has its, ebbs and flows and shit like that, but where I'm from, I have to be a different person if I'm at home. How I move around here and go where I want to go and do what I want to do and don't have the expectation of nothing, all that shit changes. The minute I get off the airplane, it's like, all right, be on your shit, nigga. Like, you know what's up. Like, don't.
This is you went where you went was a vacation. When you went back home, that was a vacation.
Like, I remember it was the time I got to California. I had all these plans. I'm gonna get a rental car. I went back to visit. Let me get a rental car at the airport. Get a hotel. I ain't gonna stay with nobody. Just kind of, be on my own shit. Everything I had set up to do, bro, just fell flat on its face. To the point I didn't have no rental car. I'm at LAX. I ain't got no hotel. And I'm talking to my wife at the time. She's just panicking. She like, what you gonna do? You love this, that. To the point where it got to be a little late. I was like, listen, go to bed. I was like, I'm good. Like,
I'm good.
The switch just turned on.
I know how to get around here.
It was just like, all right, bro, go to what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get to what you know. And I think that part of it is what's different here, is because when I got here, nigga, I didn't know what was up. I didn't know what was what, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, everything is different. Everything is different, from the shit niggas eat to what niggas wear to what they talk about to the music they listen to. It's like, why is everything so fucking slow? Why y'all niggas like music so fucking slowed down? Like, I didn't get any of that shit at first.
Oh man,
I didn't get any of it.
Yeah, man. You know we love chopped and screwed.
They do. Certain shit I did, but like I that's still one of them things. Like just shit that I'd never heard of. Like I'd never seen a nigga in a pair of leather shorts till I moved to Texas. Oh God, I never seen a nigga in a pair of leather shorts my whole life. Not that wasn't on TV. That wasn't like, you know what I'm saying?
Cisco?
Like, see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I got here and niggas is wearing leather shorts in the summer, bro. Like, in the summer. Like, I didn't get it. Like, what is going on? Like, but nah, man, I think, you know, with anywhere, like I said, if you from somewhere and you see shit changing and you see more people coming in, what I will say is people that come from other places, don't shit on the place that you chose to come to. If you chose to come live here and you still live here, then just appreciate it and respect it for what it is. Like, those people, I feel like, yeah, if you don't like it, you do have the option to go back to where you came from. But just embrace shit, embrace change, embrace culture. It's different everywhere, man. I've learned so much being out here. Like,
give it a real chance.
Yeah,
give it a real chance, man. Give it a real chance.
Especially if you move somewhere. If you move somewhere, bro, like that means you've made the decision to like be there. So did you not do research on where you was going and know that if this is something you really wanted to do or not? Like, or did you just popped up out here? Like, I don't know where I'm going.
Nigga, it sound cool. Yeah. Hey, you know they used to do that back in the old days. They be they'll get on the bus or hitchhike or whatever. Next you know they somewhere. I like it here. I'ma stay.
Oh God, that's how I got to California. That's what my mother did. They could just moved. She moved. Like when I was like, wow, I think I was like 6, 7. She just got on a bus from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, nigga, to Compton, California. Oh God!
She looked at the bus, man. Compton sound cool. Let's do that.
We had some family out there, like a cousin.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they knew each other. I feel like they didn't really know each other because that lady treated us.
All I know is we related.
She treated us crazy as fuck. Nigga, like, I remember moving to California. We moved with my cousin, long story short. We ended up moving with, like, random people. Like, so we moved out of my cousin's house, bro. We moved in with this old lady that went to, like, the Kingdom Hall that my mother went to because she was a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah. This old lady was crazy as a motherfucker. Like, crazy, bro. Like, just thinking about California, bro, I could write a book about living in California. Probably one of the dopest experiences ever, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just to be able to say you live somewhere and, like, actually got to see something that a lot of people will never see. You know what I'm saying? Like a place people really would never go unless they had a reason to go. Cause you can come to Dallas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit here for like tourists and shit like that if you ain't never been. Ain't shit in Compton, you know what I'm saying, that you want to see unless you really into like the history or the shit that's went on there from rap or just historical events. Yeah. Man, that shit small as hell. You just going out there to do what? Get your ass robbed or something. And somebody run up on your ass, ask you where you from. Right. Like, ain't shit to do in Compton. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing, bro. Like all the shit that, like, I want to go to Tam's or I want to go to whatever food place. All right, that's cool. All right. Yep, good luck. All right. That shit look fun as fuck when Kendrick in the video dancing and rapping and singing. It ain't the same on a regular Thursday night at 7 and you trying to get a pastrami burger. Yeah. Better get your ass out of here. Get your stupid ass out of here.
Oh man, you know, well, I mean, that was what we had. Man. That was what we had.
What we had? That's 48 minutes worth. Yeah, man, I think niggas been busy as usual. I know shit, the shit that we got coming up. And shout out, I guess I could do this because we are on camera and he been asking me. But shout out to my brother Rapski. Shout out to Dan, Clockwork Music for the shit that's going on right now. A lot of shit moving with the primary things that I know that's going on that affects, you know, the world that I'm in. Is we got the J Electronica tour that just started a couple days ago. It'll get to Texas next month. So shout out to them for that. Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin. And then the Currency tour, the Winter Circle tour, it's like 40 dates on that bitch. Yeah. And that's going on simultaneously, so there'll be dates with
Jay Wiz dropping an album.
Dropping an album. Like, there's certain dates that correlate where J Electronica and Currency will be on tour as well. There's the Primo Rice tour going on right now, the Chicken tour. So that's another one that we got. He'll be in San Antonio on next month as well. And then I'm missing one more. just a bunch of shit, bro. Like a bunch of shit going on. Shout out to, and I mean to have 3 or 4, different tours going on like that's like some Live Nation shit. That's not like no run of the mill shit, and it's all sold out shit. Every venue that they doing, they packing out. So shout out to the team, man. Shout out to the team for just doing dope shit the time. Young Blue at Trees on the 17th of April. So if you into that kind of shit, got that for you as well. A couple other things I wish I could talk about, but the next one we'll be able to get it out there.
Have to unveil a lot.
Yeah, man. Like that's it's gonna be an interesting month. Next month is gonna be crazy. So shit, I know for sure I'll be in Austin on the 17th at the J Electronic and Stove Guy shit. My main thing with this shit now, bro, is just more access to the artist. Yeah. That's the one thing that, like, I'm not like one of them niggas that like gotta be in the mix and like you gotta introduce me to niggas and you gotta put me on with niggas. Like a lot of the shit that I get, I could ask for the access and get it, but I just never really do it because I like natural shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to naturally get the shit. I don't want to be asking but now I'm at the point where it's like, nah, I'm asking for it. You know what I'm saying? So my goal with these next couple shows with this shit is just like artist interviews, the ones I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? It'd be dope to get a Stove God interview. It'd be dope to get a J Electronica interview, even if it's 3 to 4 minutes. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But like that's my goal this time around. Like, we've done this shit so many times. We know what the capabilities are. We know what we can and can't do, which is, few and far between. So that's really what I want to accomplish out of it. Like I want to get in the mix with that shit. Like, get the camera in more spots, more people on it. But that's really the goal, man. So like if you see anything, man, get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? Get a ticket.
Definitely check out Real Hip Hop.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main thing. I think if I don't represent nothing else with nothing that I do, like hip hop is what, 50? How old is hip hop?
53 now. 52,
like nigga, I turned 40 in a week. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in it for the majority of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like from a very, very early age. And so if I don't do nothing else, if I don't represent anything else, it's just the natural culture of hip hop and what it's about, man. Like I understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not one of them people that be like, oh, why these niggas still touring or why they I get why they still doing it. You know what I'm saying? I get it because we deserve that, like as a culture in general, because all the rock and roll motherfuckers get celebrated, all the old folk singers still get celebrated. Why are we the only ones that feel like we gotta ostracize our legends and shit like that? Like, so I feel like when you get the opportunity to either be in a presence or get a chance to like support in any way, man, I'm with that shit. Like I'm with it all the time. So
fact, man, shit. Always doing dope shit. So just follow us on social media, man, and check it out. Yeah, that's the one way to get it. So, but I mean, we kept it short this time, but that's cool. We still got some great points off. So let's take us out of here, y'all.
Listen, caution, Mr. 700, my boy Bryson Boom Paul. We got this bitch, baby.
Hey.